Good Tuesday evening, everyone. It is June 27th, and we have more severe weather to talk about this evening. We possibly could have 70 to 80, possibly 90-mile-per-hour winds tonight across the area, and we have excessive heat going to be building into the region as this high pressure over Texas continues to start pushing north a little bit as we go through the rest of the week. Now, first, please hit that thumbs up and the like button. Share with us, share with your friends and family. Please comment where you're from. We'd love to hear from you as well. All right, this is severe weather for the rest of tonight into early tomorrow morning. We have a moderate risk out here for south central Kansas down through northern parts of Oklahoma, and enhanced risk all the way down through Enid, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Bartlesville, over towards Fayetteville, Arkansas, even, and then a slight risk going for all the way to Little Rock. Then we have a little small area down here across basically south eastern parts of Louisiana as well. We already have storms ongoing this evening across the south central parts of Kansas, up here in Oklahoma as well. We've already had 100 to 115-mile-per-hour wind gusts across this area. I'm going to show you that on Radar Omega here in just a second. But a Boeing complex of storms appears likely to continue evolving across parts of the southern Kansas and northern Oklahoma this evening and continuing eastward overnight. Very large hail and perhaps a tornado will be possible early this evening with very strong and damaging wind gusts locally in excess of 80 to 90 miles per hour, gradually becoming the dominant risk as we head through the overnight hours into early morning tomorrow, which is Wednesday. So all this is happening because it's on the periphery of a high pressure that's centered over Texas. So we have impulses riding up and over this high pressure, and that's why we continuously have severe weather chances and significant wind risk and hail risk tonight. So here's a severe wind outlook. Anything in the hatched area here, which means there is a greater than normal chance of having 75 plus mile per hour winds at least across this area for tonight in this black hatched area. Now, the threat level starts going down just a little bit as we go through central Arkansas, but keep your guard up as well there because you could still have very gusty winds of 60 to 70 plus miles per hour across central Arkansas as we head towards the early morning hours of Wednesday. So I wanted to show you latest storm reports. Like I said, this complex of storms is just now getting going, and we've already seen some 100 plus mile per hour wind gusts. And here's one of them here: 114 mile per hour wind gust, 6 miles south of Turpin, Oklahoma. This was from a storm chaser that measured it with a mountain anemometer. So there's one report, and then there's another report up here in Kansas, up here by Train Spotter, 7 miles northeast of Misler, Kansas. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. 100-mile-per-hour wind up there. And like I said, this complex of storms is just now getting going, and it's already um, producing 70, 80 to over 100-mile-per-hour winds. So that's just going to this is going to make the power situation worse across the same areas that have been dealing with lots of power outages over the past couple weeks, even. We could check on the power outages here in just a second, but there is a lot of people still out of power. And then we're going to have a heat wave come in late week, oppressive heat with heat indexes of 110 to 115 degrees, maybe even higher than that across parts of the area as well. But we still, like I said, we still have people out of power. Tennessee, there's 38,000 people out of power still. Arkansas, 15,000. Mississippi, 10,000. And we're starting to go up here in Oklahoma, 2,000 people out of power now in Oklahoma. 816 Kansas, where some of these storms have already went through. I certainly would say that this hopefully doesn't get worse, but I would say this power outages will be starting to go up across Oklahoma as these storms start coming through. tonight. So this is the latest HRRR as of, this is 00Z, so the newest run, this is as of 10 o'clock. So it's doing a pretty decent job on where this cluster thunderstorms is starting to get its act together basically across this area. So this is doing actually a really good job at the moment. So let's see where this transpires as we go throughout the night. See how it like is going northeast and then finally going to start tracking east. So Wichita probably around 11 o'clock, northern parts of Oklahoma around 11 o'clock as well. And then this is going to start dipping uh, east southeast as we go past midnight and possibly get towards the Tulsa area, far northeastern Oklahoma, over towards Fayetteville by 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. And then this thing's going to rocket east to around Harrison to Branson around 5 a.m. to around Mountain Home um, around 6 o'clock in the morning down towards Marshall as well. And then this thing kind of fizzles out. But I do believe this, I think the track is good. I my question is at this point, is this coverage actually correct? Because I think there's going to be a lot more coverage than this, but we'll see. Um, we had a complex of storms come through this morning across Oklahoma and through west central to southeastern Arkansas, in which this model and the dam never even picked up. So a lot of questions on where these models actually are, how they're handling these little impulses coming over this high pressure periphery of the high pressure that is. So we will see exactly, but the threat is there for very damaging, almost catastrophic winds across the area. Like I said, we've already had 100-mile-per-hour winds out here in Oklahoma and Kansas, and these things are just now starting to get together here. Now we can take a look at the dam here, see what it's thinking. It's got a decent idea, but then it just fizzles it out. So it makes this makes no sense. The dam doesn't make any sense at all. So we'll see how that handles. But I think this has a good idea. The HRRR has a good idea on the track. We just got to figure out how this thing's going to maintain intensity as it rounds the base and goes in through northeastern Oklahoma into Arkansas. But this thing is really starting to get its act together. And like I said, this is just a start of it as we go out through the rest of the night. So I would probably discount some of these models because they are not handling this very well. Like I said, the HRRR is the closest. I think the track is good on the HRRR. The dam is out of control. It doesn't have a handle on anything. It seems like so. Um, be prepared basically from now through 2 o'clock in the morning across the northern half of Oklahoma. And as you get towards southeastern or southwestern parts of Missouri and through northern half of Arkansas down towards Little Rock, we're going to probably looking at 2 to 3 in the morning up here in northwest Arkansas, southwest Missouri, and then as probably 3 to 6 a.m. across north central to central parts of Arkansas as well. So there is the timeline. So let's briefly go over the severe weather threat tonight. All right, so basically here's the risk factor here. You can see the slight risk around Little Rock, all the way through north central Arkansas, up towards Springfield, Missouri, southwestern parts of Missouri as well. Enhanced risk from Fayetteville, Arkansas through Tulsa, basically the northern half of Oklahoma, far southern Kansas, and then we get up here towards Medicine Lodge, Ashland, Beaver, Oklahoma, Buffalo, Cherokee, Oklahoma, Woodward. You're under a moderate risk of severe weather for tonight. Alrighty, so that is the latest as of 9:45, and these warnings, like I said, are as of 9:45 Central on Tuesday evening. So please stay weather aware out there. Have a way to get warnings. If these storms do come into your area and you have some severe thunderstorm warnings, please read them. They'll maybe have 80 plus mile per hour winds with some of these storms. you need to shelter like a tornado is coming into your area because this is very dangerous straight line winds going to be coming into the most of southern parts of Kansas into northern Oklahoma through possibly northern and even getting into central Arkansas. We'll just have to see how this transpires throughout the night. So, like I said, stay weather aware, have a way to get warnings because this is going to happen overnight.